Winters in the Great White North of Canada can be terrifyingly hostile, and for the native Algonquin people living there who relied on the wilderness for their next meal, starvation was a constantly looming danger. In times like these, when the natural food on the land is scarce, a human may be forced to make a grim yet simple choice: succumb to death, pained by hunger, or eat a fellow human and be transformed into a Wendigo. The creatures are described as looking gaunt and emaciated, their gray ash-colored skin stretched tightly over their bones. With lips tattered and bloody from feasting on human flesh, they stink with the odors of decay, death, and corruption, and their hearts are solid ice. It's said that with every meal, the Wendigo would grow in proportion relative to the size of whatever it ate, so that it could never feel full. Its whole existence felt like it was constantly on the verge of starvation, forever craving the taste of the people it once lived alongside. Interestingly, Wendigo psychosis is actually a term used in modern psychology to describe intense cravings for human flesh and the paranoia that you could become a cannibal yourself. In our modern consumerist society, this isn't something most people have to worry about. But for native tribes in times of famine, it was a very real possibility that your next-door neighbor and your next meal were one and the same. Kuchisake Onna is a little different from the other monsters on this list. In most versions of her story, she was once the beautiful wife of a proud samurai. However, she grew lonely as her husband was always off at war, and so she began having affairs with other men in the Japanese town in which she lived. When the samurai found out, he was outraged, and as punishment, he sliced the corners of her mouth open from ear to ear, and she died. But that is not where her story ended. After her death, Kuchisake Onna returned as a vengeful spirit. She covers her face with a mask or cloth, appearing as a normal, attractive young woman. Clutched in her hand are razor-sharp scissors as she chooses her victim. She might appear before you and ask a simple question: "Am I beautiful?" If you answer no, she kills you with her scissors. If you answer yes, she removes her mask to reveal her mouth sliced open from ear to ear in a horrifying smile. "How about now?" she asks. If you scream, run, or say no, she kills you. And if you say yes, she cuts your mouth to match hers. There are a few ways to survive in an encounter. You can tell her you're in a hurry and need to go, and she'll politely apologize and let you pass. Or you can say she's average looking, and she'll leave you alone. English folklore describes Black Annis as an old blue-faced woman with a single eye. Beneath a great oak tree, she lives in a cave that she carved herself out of the rocks using deadly iron claws. On dark nights, she hides in her tree, waiting for an unsuspecting child from a nearby village to wander below. If no victims come, Annis goes into the village, reaching through open windows to snatch children straight out of their beds. Once she returns to her cave, she skins the children with her talons, saves their flesh for later, and devours them. Then she sews the skins together to make clothing for herself. Black Annis was used to scare children into behaving, but she was also taken seriously. Houses in her village were built with small windows to keep her from reaching in. A man named John Hritch even wrote a full poem documenting the creature, fully believing in her existence. Coming from the folklore of Southeast Asia, the Krashui is said to be the demonic spirit of a woman who committed evil acts in her life, such as infidelity or murder. After she dies, she is reborn as a Krashu, appearing as a woman by day, but at night her head detaches from her body and flies into the sky, organs dangling beneath it. Her favorite meal is human flesh, especially that of newborns or pregnant women. You can protect yourself from her by surrounding your house with thorny plants or fences, as her dangling organs can get caught. If she cannot return to her body by sunrise, she burns up in the sunlight. The legendary Vitala are evil spirits from Hindu mythology. They haunt cemeteries, and without bodies of their own, they possess human corpses to interact with the world. Once inside a body, they commit horrific acts, killing children, driving people insane, and causing miscarriages. These spirits are trapped between life and the afterlife and can only be freed if someone performs the proper funeral rites. But some sorcerers instead try to capture them, as Vitala exist outside time and space, possessing vast knowledge of the past, present, and future, making them powerful servants. As always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Alex, and I am really smart. Until next time, farewell.